Okay, this lesson was a good lesson. 80 to 90% of the driving went without any mistake at all. So far this would be the best lesson. That includes the semi-trailer training and the multi-combination training so far. Coming off the clutch is very important with a constant mesh gearbox. So every time you're changing up, for instance, so you put the clutch down and put it into neutral, and then letting the clutch completely up before you put it into the next gear. So like a car, you push the clutch down and you put it into the next gear and let the clutch out. With a constant mesh gearbox, you push the clutch in, put it into neutral, and you have to let the clutch ride out and then put it into the gear as the engine revs fall. There were some difficulties getting close to getting the truck back to the school. Yeah, but the gears were good this time, and it was the best driving so far. So I didn't watch any YouTube videos this time, and it was a very good lesson. I find personally with myself, watching YouTube videos, it tends to confuse the issue. You're best off concentrating on the gearbox and the roads and everything else that your school uses. YouTube videos you get surprisingly little out of. I'd say YouTube videos are very good for mechanics. You want to learn how to fix a car or a motorbike. There's plenty of videos that will help you do that. Entertainment, YouTube's good for entertainment, but I've found that for learning how to drive a truck, there were very few videos that I could get anything out of, and quite a lot of them actually confused me. As I said before in the previous video, are they using a constant mesh gearbox or a synchro mesh gearbox? You know, have they got the Jake brake on or not? And I found that it threw out my timing. Okay, I said this once before in the previous videos, that I remember saying that I adjusted the seat with this constant mesh gearbox so that I couldn't push the clutch right down to the floor. When you push the clutch right down to the floor in a constant mesh gearbox, you're engaging the clutch brake, and you don't want to do that as you're changing gears, as the truck's moving. So what I did this time was I brought the seat right back so that I couldn't bottom out the clutch, and the gears went very well. That could have been what threw out the previous lessons, having the seat too far forward. You need to actually be in a position with your seat where you have to reach down to engage the clutch with your foot. I'm coupling and uncoupling the A and B trailers in the mornings at the start of the lesson. That's going well. You know, I'm remembering the signs and everything else. Yeah, that's going well. The only issue that I have with coupling and uncoupling, believe it or not, is the taps. So I'm sure that you know, I'll fix it up very soon. Okay, as I've said before in the previous videos, don't worry too much about trying to find you know, videos to learn with and other things that you think might help you with your lessons and your driving, learning how to drive a truck. Just if I had my driving lessons again, I'd concentrate on just watching the videos or the CD that you're given by the school, just going along to the lessons and just learning while you're in the truck with the instructor. There's different instructors, different techniques, there's different trucks, different gearboxes, and they're going to know what videos to give you that best suits the way they teach. So just relax, don't spend hours and hours on YouTube or on the internet watching people driving trucks and gearbox instruction videos and all the rest of it. This lesson I got gear change of the day, so that's good. Had one gear change, came out of a roundabout. Actually, I did forget to straddle the roundabout, so that's something I have to concentrate on more, getting that into my motor memory, having to straddle roundabouts. I was in a big bdouble and I came out wide to negotiate a roundabout turning left. Yeah, but always in a bdouble, straddle the roundabout. That's have your truck halfway in the lane to block people from passing you. Incidentally, in a a normal truck and a trailer, or tractor trailer, you have to have one wheel over the other lane. In a bdouble, you're halfway in the road, you're right over the line. So a semi-trailer, you have one wheel over the line. Yeah, so that was gear change of the day. I just came out of a roundabout and it popped straight in, and the road speed and the engine revs lined up perfectly. So that's always confidence inspiring. Okay. The accelerator and clutch timing is very important. So in a synchromesh gearbox, this has to be right. As I've said before, in a motorbike, it's very easy to line up that gear change, but the foot action with the accelerator and the clutch, that's a little bit more precise, a little bit more exact, and a bit harder to time than a motorbike. But that has to be absolutely spot on. And that's got to do with having weight on the front of the truck or the back of the truck and changing gears. As I've said before, clutch depth is very important when changing gears in a constant mesh gearbox. If you push the clutch in too much, it'll activate the clutch brake. And also letting the clutch ride out, so you can't just sort of just let it sort of most of the way out. You have to actually let it all the way out, changing up and down. Yeah, and as I said this time, 80 to 90% of the driving went without any mistake at all, so I'm getting there.